The people who received this PUA, or Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, are not accused of any wrongdoing or fraud whatsoever here. Yet months after they received the money, thousands are now being told to give it back.
It is all about empowerment and fighting back.
Back when he worked with live people instead of just still products at his studio in St. Charles, Andrew Young says his photography business was humming. Then March, and everything hit the skids.
Everything shut off. I mean, the spigot was dry. And so we didn't have any work from then until about late July.
When work dwindled to a quarter of what it was, Andrew took a step he never thought he'd need to.
For me to actually do this was really, it was difficult for me to swallow the pill and say, hey, I need that help.
But the money to keep his family afloat was much needed, he says, and soon spent, well before this popped into his inbox. A warning from the Illinois Department of Employment Security that he'd been overpaid and the state was already clawing back those funds.
So they're quick to act on that, but they can't call us to give us any kind of information on what's going on or why.
Before Andrew had time to get any questions answered, the money already garnished from his current benefits. His shock similar to a Chicago salon owner's who wrote to NBC5 Responds, "We just received a letter stating of an overpayment totaling more than $7,000 from the state. We were in shock. My question, how is that even possible? We submitted our tax returns and certify every week, truthfully." Nationwide, their misery is in good company.
A new wave of unemployment is bringing on a new wave.
Similar clawbacks in Pennsylvania, Colorado, and in Washington state.
What they ended up doing is terrifying people with these notices.
Notice is so confusing, the legal aid group Unemployment Law Project took to TikTok, among other forums, to call on state government to stop the scare tactics.
13,000 people got overpayment notices that they had no idea what it was even about. It's just a bureaucratic kind of situation that had to be ironed out.
ULP staff attorney Ann Paxton says the language of these notices may be worse than the reality. If recipients were simply paid out of the wrong pot of money, federal PUA funds rather than the state employment funds they should have received, they may not have to pay back every penny. Back in Illinois, IDES in a statement blamed the feds, saying this is an unfortunate consequence of a federal system haphazardly put together without much foresight, and that federal guidance does not allow states to waive the recoupment of PUA overpayments. Stress on a state agency already under fire for long delays and lack of accessibility, leaving claimants like Andrew Young in the middle, still unsure if or what he actually owes.
I know that they're going to do everything they can to get that money back. It is the state of Illinois.
IDES will not say how many Illinoisans are affected here, but there could be good news coming for all of them. Alongside that massive relief bill Congress is hammering out right now is a measure introduced by Illinois Senators Duckworth and Durbin that would allow states to waive this whole recoupment effort for the people who received this money in good faith. After all, this money was intended to bring them relief, not more worry. Lisa Parker, NBC5 Responds.